So when CKX designed the Titan snowmobile helmet, did they accidentally make the best summer helmet for ADV riders? Let's find out.
I picked this up on a bit of an impulse buy. I had a big trip 3 weeks ago and I needed a new helmet. So I went in and grabbed a 2024 Titan. It has been updated for this year and there's some changes and we'll talk about them at the end of this video. But this is going to be a review of the one that I picked up in the middle of August for a trip in the backcountry of BC. Seems like a poor decision, possibly. Let's find out how it fared. So apparently all the things that make it a good snowmobile helmet make it a good backcountry ADV helmet. Things like massive ventilation and decently lightweight. It's designed to really reduce all that moisture because in the winter that moisture just turns into ice all over the place. So the ventilation on this is actually fantastic. CKX has a perfectly good all-round ADV helmet, the Atlas. It is designed to remove the drop-down face shield and use goggles, as well as remove the visor, all toolless. So it's quite easy to take them on and off. But for us, more aggressive backcountry riders, we're not using face shields, we're not removing visors, we're not on the highway. So for us, the ventilation, the fixed peak, and the goggles with good ventilation is sort of where it's at. So let's start off with it in its winter configuration with all these little bits and pieces that are all modular, and you can take them out or add them in as you so desire. There's a number of different chin guard pieces that allow you to close things up and keep the air from getting in from the bottom. There is a nose piece that's designed to go onto the bottom of the goggles and stays fixed, so you actually get a bit more nose protection and keeps the top of your nose from the extra cold. And there's also a nose piece that goes on top of the muzzle. So between the goggles nose piece and the muzzle nose piece, there's a complete seal and you don't get that airflow in. There's also a big piece that goes inside the muzzle. So this one's a solid rubber and will prevent any airflow from going in. But you can remove that completely and get some of the best airflow of any front of the helmet I've seen yet. So it uses negative air pressure with vents in the back to pull air through from the vents in the front. It actually has better ventilation than an awful lot of other helmets I've seen. It just was thought about for winter more so than for summer, but it works fantastic when things get hot. It came with the yellow lenses, and because I was in a big hurry, that was all I could get for them at the time. I was concerned, to say the least, that was going to be a bit of an issue. It turns out it works fantastic. It brightens up all the dead spots in the trees, all those dark areas. The greens are brighter, increases the contrast. Again, like for many years, that's what I rode as a downhill mountain biker, so why wouldn't it work on the motorcycle too? So I got very used to it after the first couple minutes and rode that way for the rest of the trip. One of the most unique features of this helmet is what CKX calls the muzzle. One finger quick release opening brings the whole front of the helmet down and out of the way. So it's quite freeing actually. So when I stop and I need that extra ventilation when I'm cutting a log or a tree, picking up a bike, usually my own, or even just stopping for fuel. Instead of taking the helmet off, I can just open the muzzle up and breathe normally. It also has the unique double feature of being able to eat and drink out of a bottle without taking your helmet off. So it's a very unique feature that I've never seen on anything else so far. So for summer use, naturally I just pulled all the winter stuff out of it and went with the bare bones, stripped down, ultralight, and fully breathable version of this helmet. So there are cutouts in the side of the helmet designed for the earpieces, and then the mic can just be stuck on the side before you get to the muzzle. And it fits pretty much as you would expect. I'm normally a large head, and this is a large helmet. And it fits my head like a glove. I'm not sure what they call the shape of my head versus the shape of the helmet, but all I know is it fits. The 2024 version of the Titan helmet comes in two versions, the high airflow and the normal, which is not so much airflow. For 2025, they've integrated the two older models into one helmet with all the best features of both and even more modularity. The goggles do come with the helmet and they're integrated to actually fit and work properly with it. It does come with the attachment points on the side so that you can just clip them on and then flip them off, either let it dangle from one side, wrap it around and put it on top, or even bring it down and stick it on the muzzle. They also have a heated goggle option, which is all double lens and runs off a small battery pack on a strap on the back of the helmet. And I do an awful lot of stupid weather riding. I push the season very far into cold, wet, and snow, and often ride all winter here locally when I can. So for me, having all the bits and pieces I can put back in as things get colder and I do dumber riding, it's kind of fantastic. The heated goggle option actually will work great for me as well. I tend to be humid, so flip down shields don't work for me very well, where the heated goggles should keep my vision nice and clear. The new version of the goggles also have magnetic lenses, so you can actually hot swap the lenses on and off, and that includes the electric ones. CKX is a Canadian brand, and they did start making snowmobile helmets first before everything else, so this is what they know very well. So although CKX does make the Atlas helmet in both fiberglass and carbon shells as a absolutely fantastic multi-purpose dual sport helmet, the Titan is a little more specific for hardcore backcountry riders. What started out as an impulse buy, because I just needed a helmet for this trip because my other one was worn out, turned into one of the best decisions I've made in a long time. I am very happy with the Titan helmet from CKX, and I will be looking at getting the new updated version because it's got a whole bunch of features that I want as well. So for all of you that thought I might have been a little bit crazy buying a snowmobile helmet for the middle of summer for backcountry riding here in BC, yeah, well, although you might be right in the crazy part, the helmet worked out fantastic. It really did the job well and kept me cool and ventilated more so than anything else would have on that trip.